So yesterday I asked you to build something like this, and requirement was this. So this flex would be on mobile device, two columns, sorry, one column, tablet, three columns, and desktop, four columns. That was the question yesterday, and that was the homework yesterday. There was one more homework. You need to build, or you need to work on CSS3 dimension units, and these dimension units were given, and I have asked you to tell me what do you mean by this exactly. Have you done this or not? Have you done this or not?
No.
So this is important. It is related to the responsive design. Okay, at media max width. Okay, so if you go to this homework, so this is just a theory. I wanted you to read these things. Today also I will continue with this homework, but I want you to write that things. It is easy. And here you can say Mozilla new relative units. New relative units. So let's go here and see where is LVH. Okay, here. Can you see? Here are the things. LH, line height of element, VB, VI, SVW, SVH, LVW, LVH, DVW, DVH. I want you to work on this. This is the official link, and here I can create callout. Kindly refer, sorry, kindly refer this link to study new relative units. Okay, and I want you to come with some proper descriptions, examples. Getting my point? Hello?
Okay.
So I want you to do this thing. I will not do this. I can do it, but certain things you have to do on your research. Nothing fancy. The way we have worked with other units, same thing you need to do over here. Fine. Now let's come to the another homework. So this is challenging. How do you change the flex? So yesterday I asked you to work with the flex. Now over here, if you see, over here, over here, just a minute, and to show just a minute. Yeah. So remember that we need to work in this way. Let's add a media query at media screen. Here we can say minimum width, min width, min width 76, or we have already created. Okay, let's get these media queries. And one attribute flex wrap not here. So let's remove this bg not required, this not required. So here these two things would be getting changed like this. This is mobile and we need two columns. Okay, display flex. Let us see what happens. Refresh it. And here we can say flex wrap. Can you see here? Two columns on the mobile. 50% you changed the box width. Similarly, this is for tablet. Now you need to divide these three blocks, or you need to divide 100% into three things. 33 flex wrap would be there. Can you see? This is a tablet. On the tablet, three columns. Mobile, two columns. And on the desktop, four columns. Just remove this flex wrap and 25%. 25%. Refresh it. Can you see? This is a 25% on. This is the tablet screen. This is the mobile screen. This is what expected. Okay, font size we are changing, space between. Okay, because of this wrap it is happening. Then we can say margin left 0.3 em, 0.3 em. Sorry, only this much we need. Now if you wanted to implement this, remember that first you need to know the concept of flex wrap. What is flex wrap? My question to you is now, what is flex wrap? Okay, can you see now this em is getting everywhere. Em will not work everywhere because of this em. This is happening now because em is different on different things. So this is a trial and error now. 0.1 em. Margin left. If you remove this, it will work perfectly. Can you see this margin left, margin left? The EM is creating problem. So here we might need to give it in the pixel, margin left 2 pixels. Okay, if you are getting confused, oh, it's adding padding. No, this is a container, no padding, border and the margin. Can you see here to the left it is adding a little margin. So instead of 50%, you might need to compromise on 50%, like 45%. And here 0.1 EM will also work then, right? Here you might say 40 because you need to consider the margin also, correct? Flex wrap. And if you want to remove this space in between, where is a flex wrap? Justify content, align content, center. Okay, align content, center. Now whatever I am doing over here, all those things we have studied at the time of flex layout in detail, right? I think we had 2 sessions on the flex, correct? We had 2 or 3 sessions on the flex. How many?
Yeah, okay.
So first you need to know what is a flex wrap. If you want to implement that part, playlists, this one, no playlist, don't. So I didn't write description. CSS3 box model, HSL, box fit, pseudo selector, inheritance, specificity, semantic tags, flex layout 1, flex layout. Okay, 3 sessions we have covered in the flex. Then grid, on the grid 3 sessions are there. Then responsive design we have started. Okay, so here we have covered it. So when you talk about align content, now whenever I look at these things, whenever I imagine these things, in front of my eyes, complete grid structure gets created. And that's why I am writing things very easily. You will also write with the practice. The things happening like this over here, flexbox, and you see some grids are getting created over here. In the same fashion, I can visualize this. Whenever I write this code, things are getting visualized in that way. Means here a mobile screen is getting visualized. Then problems for the mobile screen, if you remove this align content center, here you can see there is a gap. Now at the time of flex wrap we have seen, let's go to the documentation, and there is a flex wrap. Flex wrap property is a part of CSS3. At the time of flex wrap, we have seen 3 things: flex wrap, flex basis, grow, shrink, basis, grow, shrink. At that time we have studied the flex wrap. And align content, whenever you are wrapping, what's happening over here, whenever you are wrapping, so two flex rows are getting created like a grid. 2 flex rows are getting created. Now 2 flex rows are there. How do you manage the content? That part we have covered here in this video, right? Hello? So a key thing in this was the width, managing width. So I was expecting this answer from yesterday. How do you do that thing? So I was expecting answer. In the media queries, we will change the width of this box, this div. We will change the width. Hello? You getting my point or not?
Yes.
That's what we have done over here. And rest of the things are you write this thing or you don't write this thing. Flex wrap is important everywhere. This flex wrap is important everywhere. Display flex. Here you don't require wrap because you need to show the 4 columns. If you look at this 25, 25, 25, it completes 100. If you look at this 33, 33, 33, it again completes 99. You cannot have 100%. You have occupied with some margin. So that remaining 1% we can occupy over here. Or straight away you can write 1%. Actually, if you write 1%, technically 3% would be occupied. We need only 1%. You getting my point? 33, 33, 33. How much? 99. Correct? So 1% is remaining. If you write 1% over here, again this is problematic because total width how much? So this 33, 33, 33, 99% plus each box would be getting additional 1% margin, means 33, 33, 33, 99 plus 3%. We don't require 3% over here. Correct? You getting my point or not?
Yes.
And that's why 0.1 EM. Let it decide internally. So this was the answer. You will create a media queries and you will operate on the widths. That was the trick over here. If you want to, that's why I told you flexbox, grid layout are highly important if you want to build a website. Now take an example of this YouTube screen. So start implementing. I want these things to be at the left. Now you are at that situation or at that position where you can implement any layout. Any layout, I'm saying. You decide that I want to implement this layout, you can implement that layout. No problem. Correct? Now, in the today's topic, nothing new. We are practicing, right? One more homework or one more task I would like to give you. Index01.html. I'm saying again, as we would be progressing towards programming language, a pattern of teaching would be different. Either you need to start typing code with me, or I will give you some time during the session itself. But you need to type code with me. You need to ask question right then and there. This is the first hand. Like whenever we color our home, right? Whenever we paint our home, we do 3 layers of the paint. So you will practice with me. That is the first layer. Then after the session, again you will self study, revise the recording, type the code. Whatever homeworks have been given on that day, you will complete that. But revising the videos. Then you will try something on your own. Like this layout. Take any website and start implementing the layouts. This is also layout. Whenever now hence from now hereafter, whenever you see web page, a flexbox should be in front of your eyes. How they have implemented this whole web page. You can implement this hover effect also, right? How do you implement the hover effect? How do you implement this effect? What would be the code? No JavaScript required. You don't require JavaScript for this. To implement the layout, you don't need any JS. This is the first thing you need to do. You should be confident on any layouts that I can build this layout. How? Everything is a flex and grid. What I'm saying? Everything is a flex or grid or combination of both. Do not try to use floats and other things. Flex and grid are the core parts. Master flex and grid. I am repeating again. If you want to become a good front-end engineer, you should have very good mastery on flex and the grid layout. Remember that. You should be expert at flex and grid. I am revising this again and again. Now you can give me any layout. I can implement that any layout because my foundations of flex and grid are very concrete. What is justify content, align items, align content. So whatever I have written over here, these are the important things. If you go to the official documentation, you will get lot of things other than this. Right? Whenever you do a second time practice, this thing should be open in front of you. Right? So you should navigate from here to here. These are notes. And this is official documentation and ChatGPT. From day one, I am saying use ChatGPT extensively. I am saying again, use ChatGPT extensively. There is a no option. You have opportunity to use it, use it. So I have personally learned without ChatGPT. It was a little difficult. Now, this is what you can say. This is full-time trainer with you. ChatGPT is a full-time trainer, instructor with you. Okay, but this is the first stage. Then you should come over here. You should read it, and then you can ask to the ChatGPT. Even here you can find AI help. They will also launch soon. No problem. But whole and sole intention is I want you to become master in the flex and grid. Other things are important. For example, so if you have seen, we always inspect, right? And we always go to the box model. So until you have worked with the box model, you will not understand why you are coming over here, how you should come over here. You will not understand it. First, you should know the foundational concept of box model. Correct? This is the box model. Nothing fancy. Not a new concept. It is there from beginning of the CSS. Okay. Now let's go here. app01.css. So we have worked with the flex now. Now example with the grid. HTML5 and responsive grid and link rel CSS app01.css. Now basic things, HTML body tag, width 100 VW. I will not use LVW right now because you are going to tell me height 100 VH. main width 100%, height 100%. Okay. Now in this section, tell me how shall I implement the grid? How shall I implement the grid? What are the things that you need to remember when you implement the grid?
We can add sections in the can add class.
Okay, so first you need to add divs. First div, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. To the section width 100%, height 100%.
We can add display like
And to the section what? Display grade. To the section display what? Okay, date 28 now. Index01.html. Okay, grid, it is working. So section arrow div width, I can say 20, how many? 3 columns. We need 3 columns. 33%. Height auto, height auto. And grid template columns 3 and what? 3 and what? How do you write it?
3 1 fraction.
Or 1FR?
So why are we writing like 3 like we can there is a right auto.
Correct. Okay, I'm sorry. So repeat. I was about to write repeat 3 colon auto. Can you see 3 columns? 1, 2, 3. Let's give background color shaded blue. Then we need gap 3 pixels. Little gap have been added. And 100%. Okay. Can you see something weird happened over here? 33%. If you see this much is, and that is a problem of this. Here you can write 100. Just remove this width. Can you see now 3 by 3 grid? Now what I want to do, I want this one to be at the center, this to be centered. So first this, what is this?
Okay.
Sibling child selector. Sorry. Now, font size 2em. Let's see, 2em. Now this div I will say display flex. Okay. Justify content center and align items center. So this guy will come exactly at the center. Text color, font size, or simply color, white. Where is 3em? This is the grid we have created. Now tell me on tab, okay, we have taken 3 columns. Let's make it 4 columns. 4 columns. Don't give in percent 1 FR, a fraction, it will decide internally. 4 columns. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11. Now again on a tablet I need 3 screens, three columns. On the desktop I need 4 columns. On desktop I need 4 columns. On tablet I need 3 columns. Mobile 2 columns. How do you do that? Homework. This is the homework, because this is the foundation of your building responsive mobile first websites. You need to be very clear in developing the grids and the flex boxes. This is the homework. So yesterday we have worked with what? Flex. Today we are working with what? Grid. Now this grid need to be made responsive. Grid needs to be made what? Responsive. On tablet, like yesterday's requirement only. Think and tell me, how do you implement this? Take a 3 minutes of time and tell me.
We can have a medic query first, and in that when uh, like grid template columns we can define like based on that it will be like 2 or 3 like auto or like 4 times auto based on desktop. The same like in that case that we can write like display as grid definitely. Gaps if you want to adjust. We can give a width as well. Like if it's 2, right, we can give 50% example. If it's gap, we can reduce that. If it's 3, we can do it around 30% similarly. But
Okay.
so
So
we can give it a try. We can adjust a little bit over.
yeah, you can try it. Okay. This is the homework. You need to think and complete.
Yes.
Now here at this point, technically, we have completed our CSS syllabus. right? These two things will not stop you in implementing things. Transitions and animations are together. But at this point over here, your CSS syllabus ends. You are free to implement any of the design. Okay. And from here, one more task is in your bucket. Let me show you that thing. Well, this is my GitHub, and my repository is project billing counter. Let's open this wireframes billing counter management. Yeah. You need to build all these screens. You need to build all these screens. This is your first phase of project. So if you see here, after completion of the CSS3, there is a one project module, correct? And this project module says that completing the billing counter management project design using HTML5 and CSS3, I will cover 30% of the project and you need to complete rest of 70%. 30% means I will just implement 3 screens over here. This one screen for the table, this screen, that's it. Only these 2 screens I will implement, this screen and this screen. Rest of the things you need to implement on your own. If you want to take a help, so here I have implemented project. Where is that project? Yeah, here, billing counter management. Well, this project has been implemented in React, and this is completely in a React. 25 hours of the video is there. So here I have explained in this video what exactly project is. You may see this video as well. And at the end over here, at the end somewhere here, whole project, whatever, you can see the UI. Yeah, it will look like this. So this is a fully implemented working module. So what I mean to say, we are completed with one topic, CSS3. You just need to implement the UI screens and the layout. That's it. Okay. Once you complete the JavaScript and the DOM manipulation, same project would be utilized and you need to implement the functionality. That is the project module 3. That is what? Project module 3. Here you till this point your UI screens are ready. Means whole and soul this functionality layout wise. You already have implemented till this point here in this project module 1. Just forget about the TypeScript. You don't have TypeScript. After the DOM, you will implement project module 2, this one. So same screens you will utilize, and whole functionality you will implement over here. Then it's not a bootstrap actually, it's a tailwind. So few people are not here. Tailwind CSS, a CSS framework, right? So you will learn the CSS. Now you will convert whatever you have implemented in a JavaScript CSS wise just to the framework. Here you will implement that part. And once you learn the React, again you will implement complete project. And at this time you will not use raw HTML5 and CSS3. Sorry, you will not use CSS3 and the HTML5 directly, but you will do that thing with the React. Same project. So you will understand the learning journey from building raw screens to implementing project in React. That's the motto. And at that time, you may see these 3 videos, 7 hours each or 8 hours each. In lot of details, I have covered whole project. I have implemented this whole project. So technically, I have implemented actually for one of my client in Pune. Pune is the city where I live in India. There is a little shopping mall. For them, I have implemented this project. It is just a 10% of that actual project. It is just what? 10% of that actual project. But whatever you do in an industry, all that things are covered over here. In a JavaScript, what to implement? We'll talk about that later on. Not in a hurry. But this layout wise, you need to implement now. Start implementing from today. Give yourself a deadline of 5 days. You will not require more than 5 days. Why? There is a repetition. If you implement this screen, it is like you have implemented this screen. Correct? If you implement this one table, you can utilize that table in every other screen. So you need to work only once. Getting my point? So repository is available online. It's freely available. I can share this link. Where it's Google Meet. Okay, and somewhere in the project also, there is a project link somewhere. Environment setup, project module 1. It's not there. Homework. Environment setup. Okay, if not there, let me add it. Project module. Project. Somewhere it should be there. Project. Billing counter management. Billing counter management. This link I will add. This link I will add. Yeah, this is the link. Fine. If you are more interested, go here and implement these homeworks also. So I already have given these homeworks to you. Well, there are some JS related also. Forget about that. Even you can skip these things, no problem. But this design I want you to implement end to end. As far as my knowledge is concerned, not more than 5 days you will need to implement this. You can give 1 hour daily, 2 hour daily. If you are free whole day, it is a golden time for you for learning the web development. Utilize each and every hour of your day. Okay? But this is the project. It looks easy. If you think that it's easy, it looks easy. But this is an actual real-time project. And if you want to take a help how your project is, you may see this. I have completely shown in the third video, billing counter management third, somewhere at the last I have give a complete walkthrough. Yeah, forget about other things, Remix.js, MongoDB, Node.js. So don't worry about that. Just see part from here to end, where you will see complete implemented project. And this here I have explained what is that project is. Here I have explained what is that project is exactly. Okay. Any questions? So tomorrow we will complete the CSS part, these two things. Okay, not a big deal. But here technically ends your syllabus. You can implement any website in the world. If you work honestly with all these topics till this line, you can implement anything. Right? So approximately we required the 30 days to complete HTML5 and CSS3. Some topics are remaining in HTML5, but I told you need JavaScript for those, like local storage is there, video, audio is there, correct? But otherwise, we have completed all the required things. Semantic tags is a heart of HTML5. We have completed that. Tables, how to create tables, CSS3. There are a lot of other things available also in the CSS. But as far as course is concerned, as far as beginners level, this is sufficient. You can build anything, absolutely anything. And these two topics are remaining: animation. While showing some buttons, you need to animate the things. While showing such kinds of pop-ups, how to animate the things. But we have seen how to show this question mark over here. Can you tell me how? It remains there. Can you see that? We have seen this. Positioning, a static positioning. Correct? Now this bar is sticking over here as we are scrolling, but this menu bar is sticking over here. Position sticky. Right? Fine. That's it for day. I'm again repeating, kindly start implementing the project from today. I want you to come with some questions. And until you will not start implementing, you will not get questions. Deliberately, I have just given overview, right? And task is that first you need to watch this video, Merge Stack project billing counter management over here. And you'll understand what's the project, general features of the project and other thing. Even all those things have been written here. If you want to understand the project, admin login, customers, you can read this requirement. Okay.
Yes.
Fine then. Let's call it for a day. We'll meet tomorrow. Yes. CSS3. Let me push this much code. CSS3. Responsive grid. Yeah. Let me stop the recording.